don't sleep on the Haiku 4.5 model, because I'm pretty sure right now it's good, if not even better than the Sonnet 3.5. And let me explain why. Everyone have coded using an AI coding assistant before. Know for an almost a year that the king of coding model was the Sonnet 3.5. It was the GOAT of the coding back then when it came out. No other model was good as the Sonnet 3.5 back then, not the GPT-4o, not the Gemini 2, or even the 2.5 model. The only thing that held it back is the context links. It was only 200k, and that's not enough for working on a large project or slightly long task. And it's actually expensive compared to other models charging $3 per million input token and $15 per million output token. And in 15 of this October, Cloud released a brand new Haiku version, the 4.5 model. For me, I was like, meh, another version of a small model that's only good at building RAG application or Q&A application, and it's not even the same cheap price or the context links as the Gemini 2.5 Flash model, which is much better at this kind of application. Until 4 days ago, I decided to give it a try. I already have access for it inside the Copilot under the premium request, and it's very cheap actually. I give it a simple task in a current project that I'm working on, and to be honest, I was extremely surprised by the quality of its coding and the speed. It felt like I'm using the Sonnet 3.5 once more, but actually much cheaper and way faster. And I want to show you why. This is the page of the artificial analysis AI for Cloud 3.5 Sonnet, which was released on the last October, just 1 year ago. And if you started to scroll down and started to compare where is the Cloud 3.5 Sonnet exist compared to the Haiku, you will find that what I am telling you is actually true. Here we have the Haiku 4.5 scoring and at artificial analysis coding index 43, but the 3.5 is only 30. A genetic tool uses, which all of us need it, especially if you're using a coding assistant. You will find that actually the Sonnet 3.5 is not even there, like where it is, but the Haiku is actually 55%. And the terminal bench or the genetic coding with terminal use, you will not find the 3.5, but you will actually find the Haiku just behind the DeepSeek version 3.2 experimental. And in long context reasoning, it's actually just behind the GPT-5i, which is insane. And in the humanity lost exam, which is reasoning and knowledge, actually you will find the Sonnet 3.5 came back with 3.9, but the Haiku is 9.7 in the GBUQ Diamond. You will find the 3.5, the last one, and you will find the Haiku just behind the GPT-5 minimal. In the MMMLU Bureau, which is also a reasoning and knowledge, the Sonnet is 77, but the Haiku is just behind it, scoring 76. For live coding bench, which is just coding, you will find the 3.5 is scoring 38%, but the Haiku is scoring 62%, making it behind the GPT OSS. And Sky coding, same thing, the 3.5 is over here, scoring 37, but the Haiku scoring 43%, just behind the Grok 4 Fast. And even if you switch it to the upgraded version of the Sonnet 3.5, which is the 3.7, which released, I think, beginning of this year, you can see it also behind the Haiku 4.5 in coding and intelligent indexing and the agenetic indexing, which is kind of wild that less than a year we have a smaller model, much cheaper, beating model that was released and basically the main model that have been used in cloud. You will only see the Haiku start losing when you switch from the 3.7 to the Sonnet 4, which actually is not that far behind, and some part it actually like still holding its ground. Like for example, the humanity last exam, the Haiku is still better than the Sonnet 4. It's just behind in some area like scientific reasoning. The only model behind the Sonnet 4 is the GPT-5 minimal, and after that the Haiku 4.5. Reasoning and knowledge, it's just far behind slightly, but it's not a big drop. It's actually even the main point of selling this model in the Introducing Cloud Haiku 4.5 article. They are comparing it to the Cloud Sonnet 4, which is insane. It's say here it was the Cloud Sonnet 4 was a state-of-the-art model. Every model they release, they say it's state-of-the-art. Today, Cloud Haiku 4.5 give you the similar levels of coding performance, but at 1/3 the cost and more than twice the speed. So they're basically admitting they released a model that is much faster, much cheaper, and actually better than the previous one. So I see a lot of people ignoring this model, especially like in general, and both on YouTube and Reddit. Not a lot of people giving it the credit that it deserves. So I kind of want to encourage people to try it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I started my Visual Studio Code. I'm going to test it in this simple project that I am working on for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months since I started working on this project. And surprise, surprise, I'm using GitHub Copilot. And this is the topic of another video why I kind of started to use GitHub Copilot as my main coding assistant instead of the raw code or Kylo. And to be honest, it's kind of wild right now to use Copilot much better than it was. And I have here a lot of models that I can use, just the basic plan, the $10 plan. And I have here the Cloud Haiku 4.5, 3.5 Sonnet, and the 3.7, and the Sonnet 4, and even the 4.5 Sonnet. So I'm going to select the Haiku 4.5. And I'm not going to give it a lot of guidance because I have noticed that the Sonnet lately, since the Sonnet 4, need a lot of details to understand what you want, especially if a task is very hard, but this task is extremely easy. I'm going to ask I have a simple mistake. I don't remember when I did it in this kind of README file. Instead of October 2025, I wrote 2024 and I'm going to close it. So the GitHub Copilot doesn't know where is the file is, and I will hit run. This is a simple test, very simple. And as you can see here, it started talk. I will help you update the date in the README file from 2024 to 25. Let me first read the README file. And as you can see here, the copyright is changed. And also the last update have been changed. And after it's done, the Copilot let you know where exactly the file changed the lines. And you can keep clicking here, correct, keep these changes or all of them, and done. And you are ready to go. In the current project I'm working on, I have this simple stack of Python in the back end and React in the front end. And to be honest, it feels very weird using it compared to Next.js, which was a blazing fast compared to the React. And as you can see here, I have a lot of warning in compiling in React. And I'm just going to take all of this, copy it, okay? And here in the Copilot, I'm going to give it this all of the warning, and I'm not generating any agent instruction. By the way, this will help you a ton if you used it in the Copilot. It's gonna make the life of the AI coding model that you're using a little bit better. Not like with a ton, but it will make it much better in terms of understanding what kind of project that it's working on. So I'm gonna hit send, and I'm gonna wait to see what will happen. Okay, understand that I help you with this ESLint warning. Let me start by organizing the issues and then systematically fix them. And it will start working. The only thing that I hate about Copilot, it doesn't let me know what the model exactly saying. Like it just gave me a brief of what it will do. And it created over here 29 task to-do list. Over here, this is a brand new thing that I have never seen been done in Copilot, because the to-do list is brand new, I think. And it will start to fix the stuff that is giving me the errors. Okay, let's talk about what I just did. It took it about 20 minutes to fix everything that I did give it. And one of the most impressive things that this task is extremely long, because I give it every single warning inside this React app, and it's not just one or two, it's about 29 missing things and warning from the ESLint. And one of the cool stuff that it did while it was coding, it completely screwed up one of the component that I have, the BQLS, and instead of fixing it itself, it actually went back ahead in a version of this page or the component using GitHub. It was really cool, like thing to do. And then I never seen Sonnet 3.3 or 7 do that before. And after I'm done, I found one error and I gave it this error to fix. And I run into two issues. The contact continue to iterate. Basically, when the task is very long, Copilot will tell you this is have been running for a very long time. Please like continue or start a new task, and I clicked continue. And after a while, I got an error that sorry, your request failed. Please try again. This is because the server is basically extremely busy. There is high demand on this model right now because it's very good. And after that, I got an error from compiling and I gave it and it fixed it. But I only have one warning left over here is inside one of the pages category list, which is a component actually not a pages. And this is basically like I'm only have to worry about one warning inside the entire app. This task tested to sync the context links and how much it can work on one giant task. And this is something that the Sonnet 3.5 and 3.7 struggle with. And the second thing is hallucination. Sometimes the smaller model like the Flash 2.5 and Haiku original models like the 3.5 was extremely bad at keeping track what are they working on, but right now this is completely fixed in this version. So that's it. I have talked a lot and I'm sorry about that, but I have been wanted to go back to YouTube and start to make videos once more, especially that I have a ton of idea and stuff to share with you. I have been working on one of the hardest project challenging I have met in my entire development life and career. And even the AI, I have access to almost every single very incredible AI model, the Sonnet and the Gemini Pro thinking version of it, and even the GPT-5. And they are struggling with this project. This is how bad it was. This is why I stopped uploading completely to YouTube because I had to sit down and study for hours and try to figure out for the AI how they can code this part of this project. So in my coming video, I'm gonna talk a lot of the stuff that I have noticed why vibe coding, basically the lazy way of coding, is extremely bad and making us actually as developer much dumber than we should be, and how you can fix it, and why I switched from raw code, the coding assistant that I was praising all the time in every single video, to Copilot, and I will let you know that later. And even more about comparing models like the Gemini 2.5 to the Sonnet 4.5, which it's gonna be wild comparison, honestly, because I think until now the Gemini 2.5 is extremely good, but not the one that I get in the Copilot. And there is a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, honestly, but not in this video. For now, I want to thank you for everyone that watched my video. Please give it a like, because this is my first video that I made in a very long time. It will boost the channel slightly so people notice that I have started to upload again. I will do my absolute best not to go back to disappearing ninjutsu and keep uploading at least once a week, talking about the stuff that I have learned in the last couple of months. So for that, thank you for watching and see you in the coming video.